Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad. Today I'm going to talk about probably the two most misunderstood terms in the weather world, and that is dew point and relative humidity. We hear about it all the time when we turn on television and hear the weather forecast. The relative humidity is 60% or 50% or 90%. What does that mean? And also, what's the dew point temperature? Well, hopefully maybe I can explain it in a way that it might make a little bit more sense for you. So let's first talk about dew point. That's actually a temperature. The dew point temperature is the temperature in which air has to cool down to achieve 100% relative humidity. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, here on this example, on this thermometer, we have a temperature of 78, but the humidity is 60%. Knowing these two numbers, I can calculate the dew point, which is 47 degrees. All right, so what does that mean? Well, if we drop this 78 degree temperature here down to 47 degree dew point temperature, we achieve 100% relative humidity, which means the air cannot hold any more water and the water thus comes out of the atmosphere. Now, one little fun fact here is that the air temperature cannot drop below the dew point temperature. In other words, if we have a dew point temperature of 47, we cannot have an air temperature of 46 or 45. We can, however, have the 47 temperature, 47 dew point, drop down to 46, 45. So what does 100% relative humidity look like? Well, it's dew and condensation on our windshields if we leave our car outside. Or it's fog as the air, again, can't hold any more water. The water drops out. And of course, dew on our grassy surfaces. Now, when it comes to relative humidity, that gets a little bit tricky. Remember, dew point is an actual temperature. Relative humidity is exactly what it means. It's relative. It's based on temperature. So here's an example where we have three relative humidities of 50%. Air temperature 55, 75, and 95, all achieving relative humidity of 50%, but it's all based on this dew point temperature. As this dew point increases, the amount of water the air can hold also increases. That's why during the winter time, it's fairly dry. We can have a relative humidity of 80%, but the air is so cold it can't hold that much water. But on the flip side, when we have a 95 degree temperature and a dew point of 74, that air can hold a lot more moisture and it becomes a lot more uncomfortable. So with that in mind, we have come up with a comfort level, and it's really based on the dew point temperature here. Dew points in the 50s, it's reasonably dry and fairly comfortable, especially in the summertime. But as we start increasing the dew point to about 70 degrees or even in the mid 70s, it becomes rather oppressive, especially in the summertime. And you know what I'm talking about. When you walk outside and you kind of get hit by a wall of water, that's all that humidity, but that's the dew point temperature so high, the air temperature is holding that much water, it just feels a whole lot uncomfortable. So, the bottom line is, when you watch or listen to a weather broadcast, forget about the relative humidity. Focus on the dew point temperature because that is really how you feel. I hope that helps. Hope that clarifies those two terms a little bit. I'm George, the Weather Dad.